The Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card is here, and I think it redefines what we'd expect from a travel credit card. Yes, that's a bold statement, especially against heavyweights like the Sapphire Preferred, Amex Gold, or even more premium cards. But these are the types of changes we need in order to keep the space fresh and competitive, which is good for us consumers. So in this video, we'll dive into what makes this card such a game changer, compare it against other cards on the market, uncover what I think is Wells Fargo's secret plan, and predictions going forward. As with any card, the welcome bonus is where you get that injection of value and almost always makes the first year with the card worth it. And here with the Autograph Journey card, the bonus is pretty good because they pretty much took a line out of Chase's playbook, where you'll get 60,000 points after spending $4,000 over the first 3 months. Sound familiar? It even has the same $95 a year in annual fees and a $50 statement credit to help offset that cost, resulting in an effective $45 a year. But here's where the Autograph Journey card is already better. You see, with the $50 credit on the Sapphire Preferred, it's on each account anniversary year and requires you to book a hotel through the Chase travel portal. Here on the Autograph Journey card, all you need is an airline purchase of more than $50 from any merchant categorized as airlines or air carriers, and then you'll have that statement credit applied. That means not only are you able to use this towards flights instead of hotels, there's no restrictions on where you can spend. You can book direct with Alaska, Delta, Air Canada, or pretty much any airline, giving you more options as well as the benefits of booking direct with the airline, like better customer service if you ever need it. It's worth calling out though that purchases with third-party sites like Expedia will most likely not trigger this. Next, as Wells Fargo puts it, this card is designed for frequent travelers, and that's clear as day throughout any part of this card, from the bonus and credits to the multipliers, travel protections, and more. We've already talked about how the welcome bonus, credit, and annual fees are pretty much in line with competing cards. But I think the multipliers here is what makes this card really shine, offering 5 times points on hotels, 4 times on airlines, 3 times on dining and other travel purchases, and 1 times on everything else. Now let's talk about it. The 5 times on hotels and 4 times on airlines is insane and beats out any other card I know of for these categories. You have more freedom here. Other cards maybe gives you more points, but restricts you to just their portal, or just overall gives you fewer points. The Sapphire Preferred, it gives you 2 times on general travel. The City Premier, 3 times on general travel, and although there is 10 times on hotels for a limited time, you have to book through their portal. The Amex Gold, not good for travel. The Amex Platinum, 5 times on prepaid hotels, which is worse, and then 5 times on airfare booked direct with the airline, which is very slightly better, but again, that's a $695 a year card. Having no restrictions on what hotel and which airline you can spend on makes it so much simpler, and is one fewer step when booking, not needing to consider these extra travel portals and having the benefits of booking direct. Then when it comes to 3 times on dining and other travel, it seems a bit less special because the no annual fee companion card, the Wells Fargo Autograph, already has 3 times on travel and dining among other categories as well, which is on par with the City Premier and Sapphire Preferred to a degree. Speaking of, I think this is just one piece in the puzzle of Wells Fargo's multi-year plan to become one of the giants in this travel credit card market. Just like how Capital One cemented their 3rd or 4th place with the Venture X a couple years back, behind Chase, American Express, and Citi, depending on who you ask, Wells Fargo is now doing it with their Autograph Journey card. Cards within an ecosystem are meant to work well together, and this card is doing exactly that, where you can take an already amazing card like the Wells Fargo Autograph, offering 3 times across some amazing categories, boost it with the Autograph Journey card, giving you 4 times on flights and 5 times on hotels for an effective $45 in annual fees for those frequent travelers, forming their version of the Capital One duo, but at a lower cost. Alternatively, one prediction I want to call out is maybe they'll rebrand their active cash card to be an autograph card, which will enable transferring of points across all 3 cards, or at least somehow enabling that feature just like how the Saver 1 allows you to transfer that cash back towards venture miles. That way they'd have a situation more similar to the Chase or Citi trifectas, combining the awesome autograph duo with a higher baseline of 2 times points on all other spend with the active cash. It's either that or they introduce an even more premium card going up the chain, one that comes with more credits, lounge access, hotel or maybe even airline status, to really challenge for a top spot in the travel credit card space. Either way, more options is always good for us consumers. That said, there is one major risk for this card. Up till now, we've been talking about how the card pretty much stacks up or even beats some of its competitors, both in terms of the welcome bonus and the multipliers. What we haven't talked about is how much these points are actually worth. We know for Chase points, it has a bare minimum of 1 cent per point, going upwards of 2 cents or more when you redeem through travel partners, which is where I value not only my Chase points, but also my American Express and Capital One points. Wells Fargo, on the other hand, is still a mystery and has changes on the horizon that will make or break this card. As a baseline, the Wells Fargo autograph points are worth 1 cent per point when you redeem for travel through their portal or for statement credit. That's the same as Chase points, but higher than Amex points, which will give you 0.6 cents per point. The question here is, what will the final list of transfer partners look like for Wells Fargo? Because right now it's not the greatest. As of April 4th, the initial list will consist of choice privileges for the hotel partner, Air France KLM Flying Blue, Avianca Life Miles, and Avios including British Airways, Aer Lingus, and Iberia Plus. Though you can transfer within Avios depending on which airline will give you the better redemptions. That said, you could still get some outsized value today, like this Chicago to Dallas flight at 11,000 Avios points when it costs 184, giving you a value of 1.67 cents per point, or using the monthly Flying Blue program where you can go between Paris and Houston for just 15,000 points in economy, a flight that would regularly cost $400 each way, giving you 2.6 cents per point. Either way though, this list of 6 partners is very limited, with Chase having 14, Amex having 21, and Capital One having 18 partners. I really hope Wells Fargo adds a ton more. I mean, please just copy the list that you have on Built over here. But in reality, if Wells Fargo is listening, which they're probably not, I think these following changes can be made to really strengthen their travel credit card game and give their program what's needed for that 2 cents per point average that all these other programs have. 1, add an amazing hotel partner like Hyatt. People love Chase because they partner with Hyatt, which is pretty much the last remaining hotel chain with relatively easy to find award space and good value. The Built MasterCard already has this partner, so the two companies already have some connection, so I'll give this a pretty high likelihood. 2, add flexible airline partners like my favorite, Aeroplan. Yes, they already have Avianca, and they do have some good redemptions through other Star Alliance partners, but Aeroplan is so much easier to use. In fact, almost every flight redemption I've done, which at this point is almost 1,000,000 points worth, has been through Aeroplan. Basically, being able to get good redemption value for Star Alliance airlines would be amazing. 3, copy over some rarer airlines like Alaska. This was recently added as a replacement to American Airlines on the Built MasterCard, so again, there's already some connection there. Alaska is also hard to get given their limited partners, but has a lot of good upside, especially on flights like JAL over to Asia. And then 4, just add more partners please. With 6 currently and others having more than double that, if they just add more partners in general, I'm sure some of them will be valuable. Whether it's Aeroplan and Alaska, or it's Emirates, Singapore Airlines, or Virgin, I really hope they make these changes to make the program so much more competitive. Because if they don't, then Wells Fargo points in general will continue to be valued less than their competitors, making it so those 5 times, 4 times, and 3 times amazing multipliers will be worse off than they seem. If you're going for pure cashback, it's still quite good, but they would be alienating a whole travel credit card crowd who wants that upside. Both those who want those travel partners giving more than 2 cents per point on average, or even those who use Chase's own travel portal, which will give you that elevated 1.25 or 1.5 cents per point. If Wells Fargo really wants to compete in that space, they have to go above and beyond to attract people, given they're the ones playing catch up here. Now, travel benefits are another cornerstone of any good travel card, and the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey does not skimp here. Although it doesn't have any fancy statuses, which I wouldn't expect for a card in this range, it has pretty good travel protections. With a worldwide travel accident insurance up to $1 million, lost baggage reimbursement of up to $3,000, trip cancellation and interruption insurance up to $15,000 for the trip, secondary CDW, travel and emergency assistance, and of course no foreign transaction fees. Most of these are pretty common among competitors like the Sapphire Preferred, but the travel accident insurance is higher here at $1 million versus $500K on the Sapphire Preferred. Of course, you'd hope you would never need to use this, but it's good to know. Another thing special to this card compared to its competitors is the cell phone protection. Whereas on the no annual fee autograph card, you're already getting up to $600 per claim after a $25 deductible. Here, you get up to $1,000 per claim after the same deductible. With phones so expensive nowadays, especially if you don't have a case, this is really nice to have. And then for some more exclusivity, you get access to the autograph card exclusives, which by its name doesn't seem special to just the Journey, but open to both autograph cards. Not too sure what type of exclusives they'd have in the future, maybe something like American Express and Coachella, but right now the only event on their page is seeing Imagine Dragons in Dallas in April if that's up your alley. Now, as you might know, cards like the Sapphire Preferred have pretty strict rules around their welcome bonuses, where you won't qualify for one if you've had any Sapphire card in the last 48 months. The same is true on cards like the City Premier, and then American Express has even stricter rules with the once per lifetime. Here on the Autograph Journey card, it's not that bad. They even have a special Q&A section that if you've opened a Wells Fargo card account within the last 6 months, then you may not qualify for additional ones. At least for right now, say you open up the regular autograph card more than 6 months ago, then you should be able to qualify for an Autograph Journey card today. That said, the card is still new, so we'll have to see, say 6 months later, whether this type of language will change. Do with that information however you like. Another piece of information in this fine print is the minimum credit limit, where it explicitly says $2,000 here. This could be a good or bad thing depending on your situation, whether you're able to qualify for $2,000 more of credit limit, or if that amount is enough for your use case. But it's at least transparent. So reflecting back on this card launch, did it live up to all of the hype? Personally, I think it met my expectations. The reward structure really sets it apart from the competition, where they give such high multipliers for travel-related categories with pretty much no restrictions on where you can spend and not requiring you to use their portal. And the same goes for their easier to use credit they offer to help offset the annual fee, which is on par with other cards on the market, as well as the welcome bonus it offers. What I'm not sure about is how the points transfers will work out. If they're able to bring on some of these amazing partners, I think it shoots this card from a B- to an A tier card. My feeling and prediction here is that they will add some decent partners, at least similar to Citi and Capital One in quality. It's hard to see them getting into this travel credit card space with a subpar product. Prediction number 2, as I said earlier, more closely integrating with the active cash card, turning this autograph duo into more of a trifecta, lifting the floor value of the entire ecosystem. And then prediction number 3, a wake-up call to competitors, especially Chase. I've said it once, I've said it again, Chase really needs to refresh their lineup of cards, especially on the reserve. If Wells Fargo really does everything to make their ecosystem top-notch, they can compete for the top spot in the category. But for now, if you're on Team Cashback and the categories work for you, then by all means, this is an amazing card to earn some amazing value without putting in extra work. Essentially, you're getting at least 5% back on all hotel purchases and 4% back on all airline purchases with no limit. And that's quite a lot. But I say at least because you can already get more than 1 cent per point with their existing lineup of partners. And if not, you can continue using these cards, bank up those points in hopes for Wells Fargo to add good partners later this year. And remember, you can pair this up with the basic autograph card, forming a really powerful duo for even more points. That said, Wells Fargo Fargo is still new to this travel credit card game. So if you don't like uncertainty, you can go for more established cards you know will get you great value today, which I cover over in this video about the top credit cards right now. See you over there.